So let's talk about the games happening today. I've really taken a liking to this series, if I'm being 100% honest. I really do like to see, what preseason games are happening. And the reason why, more than anything, is really because I believe that these games are important. Even if the stars don't play that much, I've repeated multiple times that I do believe that these games are what predecess, what happens and are what show mostly what the season is going to be. These games are, even though I like that the NBA does them, not as much because of their, general attention that they're going to get. They do it more because it creates, a way of getting people into the season before the season starts. You could see the players, you could see the teams, every offseason move, and since it's not important or it isn't worth anything to the standings, people can really get themselves in check and see how their teams are flowing to a smaller scale. Because since people are not trying, fans just get to see their favorite players. When we look at the game of today that I want to talk about, I want to talk about the Memphis Grizzlies versus the Atlanta Hawks. Right now it's 96-94, and honestly, if we're being honest, Trae Young dropped 20 points, so already a very good game. But when we look at this game, right, and we look at what this game means to both of these teams, first I want to say that the Grizzlies are 2-0. I really like that because the Grizzlies are a team which has been able to remain strong even throughout the, jaw situation which happened. But when we see what happened with the Grizzlies, is like their players are stepping up. Santi Aldama, 22 points. Zaire Williams, 12 points and efficiency, by the way. Right? We see like a guy like G.G. Jackson. Wait, this is literally his name is G.G. Jackson, right? Not J. G.G. Jackson scored 21 points, right? So when we see that, we could see that even though these teams are really good, they're still playing their young guys. They're still doing it to a smaller scale. And from the Hawks side, we could see Trae Young drop 20 points. We could see a guy like Clint Capella playing and making almost every single shot that he shot. We can see DeJounte, even though he didn't have that good of a game, you do have to respect him. He got 3 assists, a steal, 7 points, and 4 rebounds. And we could see that both of these teams, especially right now in the closing minutes, have both found themselves in a sticky situation for the season. They're both two teams which aspire to be in the playoffs every year. They've both been past the first round, with Atlanta being in the Eastern Conference Finals and Memphis Grizzlies being in the second round twice. And we could see that both of these teams are teams which, even though they have great point guards who can't defend, they're both teams which need, roster construction. With the Grizzlies, people obviously say they're too young every single year, and that's what's been, said. But with the Hawks, you could see that they are probably too old, By the way, I'm watching the game right now because it's ending, and the Hawks there's a dude on the Hawks who just scored a 2-point mid-ranger that was beautiful. And there's a minute 22 left. The Hawks are up 1 point, 98-97. I will be commentating the game as things happen, but I will be talking in between that, So I think that both of these teams are respectable. They're good, but they're going through clear changes this season. With the Hawks, it's their new coach finally getting a full season with Zack Snyder, and being able to see how Trae Young does in an offense that's fully built around him now. No more John Collins asking for the ball. DeJounte Murray has become a better shooter, and we could see that team now is fully focused on him. The Grizzlies just scored 2 free throws. It's 99-98. And the Hawks are bringing the ball up the court with 1 minute and 14 seconds left. The Hawks shot a 3 and made it. Oh my God, that puts them up 2 points. Number 3 by the Hawks just scored. The Grizzlies are taking it down the other side. With a minute left, Kenny Lofton Jr. takes it, passes it off, a 3, and he hits the 3. They're back up. The Grizzlies are up 1 point, 59 seconds left. We could see the Hawks bringing the ball up the floor. It's either they score a 2 or they lose this game, because if the Grizzlies get the ball, they pass it out. He's kicking in. He scores the layup. The Atlanta Hawks are 103 to 102. As the Grizzlies bring up the ball, they still have 40 seconds and a whole shot clock. They pass it off to Kenny Lofton Jr. He gets in the paint. He spits up mid-range. Oh my God, he shot a mid-range fadeaway. That was a terrible shot. You were too big. You could just get fouled. Oh, the Hawks almost got the ball stolen from him. They're going to call a jump ball with 21 seconds to go. It's 103 Hawks, 102 Grizzlies. And now they're about to jump ball. By the way, guys, I know, but the stats, apart from the ones that I told you guys, are not that interesting. I just want to say that to know that this commentary is real life commentary of what's happening right now. So there's a jump ball with 21.6 seconds to go, a 14-second shot clock for whoever wins, and it's 103 to 102 leading the Hawks. The jump ball, the Hawks win. Oh, they probably won the game. I think that they might put up one more shot. They're only down 1 point, so if they give the Grizzlies too much time and they don't... Oh, a steal! Oh my God, the ball is tied up in the ground. The Grizzlies have it. The Grizzlies have it. The Grizzlies have it. The Grizzlies have it. Kenny Lofton Jr. with an amazing steal. Wait, we're waiting for the call now. There's a timeout. And wait. So it's a Memphis timeout with 3 seconds to go. They don't need to overcomplicate it. They could just throw a lob off the inbound. I think that would be the smartest play. I don't think they should even be close to the three-point line or close to the mid-ranger, because jump shots are scary at this point of the game. They're in the huddle right now. 5 seconds. Atlanta cannot foul because it would automatically lose them the game, or at least put them in a situation where they go to overtime. We could see that the Hawks have just been playing purely better, but we're going to see what Memphis does. The timeout just ended. They're coming out of the Hawks. Atlanta looking very good right now, but now they need to focus on playing defense, and Memphis looking extremely good with Kenny Lofton calling for a timeout and getting a huge steal. Shout out to Kenny Lofton Jr. That's the effort that we need. In my opinion, just pass it to Kenny Lofton down low. Even if he gets fouled, winning all free throws is not a terrible loss, But the only thing that I will say is refs don't tend to not call fouls at the end of the games, so we will see. 5 seconds left. They're about to inbound the ball with the Grizzlies. They're inbounding it from the right wing. And we're going to see, they have a big lineup out there. They have Kenny Lofton in the corner. What is the play that they're running? We don't know. Right now they pass it to the middle. Oh my God, he goes inside and he gets blocked, and the Atlanta wins the game. There's 0.5 of a second left. I doubt that anything happens. And if there is, then you guys are going to hear my live reaction. A timeout is called by the Memphis Grizzlies. Seth Lundy just got the biggest block of his life with an incredible block. He had both feet in the air. He was falling downward and he put his hand up. The huddle just ended. The Hawks coming out looking to not allow a shot. There is no time to be holding the ball. There's no time for anything. It is literally going to be probably 2 screens, a pass, and a shot. I want, the best person fitted for this team to take this shot right now. So they're right now on the inbounds play. They're going to give it up. They're going to give it up right on top of the key. A 3. Oh, and it doesn't hit. There wasn't a foul. Shout out to Atlanta. They won the game. But I was saying both of these teams are going to have an incredible season. Shout out to Atlanta for winning the game by 1 point. And shout out to for Lundy for getting that amazing block. I also want to say a few, statistics that I do want to call out is Garrison Matthews scoring really well, and obviously Trae Young dropping 20. Shout out to the Hawks for winning that one, and I'll see you next video.